Some people, those who know me best, will be aware that amongst other things, I am an astrologer. It's not something I've shouted about very publicly before. Nonetheless, accompanying my official activities for as long as I can remember has been a largely hidden and highly personal astrological practice. The deep mythological mirror which astrology holds up to our apparently mundane lives fascinates me. It adds an ancient framework of wisdom to the way I experience my own story, and it can be applied in a fertile way for others. It's a wonderful gift from our ancestors, handed down through the ages, connecting us with our foremothers and forefathers. And it affords us an experience of applied ancient wisdom, which I feel we could use now. Nonetheless, I've always been cautious about using astrology as part of my offering and practice. This is because of its propensity for high-level pronouncements and predictions and preconceived ideas, which are best avoided if we wish to be proactive in our own lives, and that is what I suggest astrology needs to be used in the service of. Even so, last month, out of the blue, I was invited to do an astrological reading for someone I had never met. As a largely self-taught astrologer who has hitherto practiced almost entirely for my own interest, it was a departure, and I loved it. I was challenged to go deep and to really get to know someone through their chart, and to develop my own style of astrological communication. It certainly stretched me. It's interesting that this request dropped into a period of quiet for me, a temporary stepping back for medical purposes. In terms of the astrological weather patterns in my own life, I should not really be stepping back right now. On the contrary, some big indicators were and are urging me not to. Still, I've been around long enough to experience firsthand that astrological weather, or transits, can be complex in the way that they show up, and they activate very different energies for very different people. The trick, I find, is to pay close attention to what is showing up and decide how to respond. After all, the universe, which is also our own unconscious, may be trying to expand us in ways that we might not have considered. If we are too busy with our own small preconceived agenda, we might miss the point. I'm not a professional astrologer any more than I'm a professional artist, or not anymore. Yet these activities keep me busy doing what I love and bring me work. My recent artwork for the Association of Sustainability Practitioners also stretched and instructed me every bit as much as the astrological reading. And it gave me as much pleasure and satisfaction too. And the work needed delivering in the same sort of time frame. Interesting. These are just a couple of things dropping into my empty space. The question of how to respond has been quite easy, despite the challenges that these projects have presented and the risk of saying yes to them. Along with writing, which is another subject which challenges and delights me in equal measure, art and astrology are two subjects which I love to work and play at. So for once, I'm owning this more publicly in terms of astrology. I've embraced it for as long as I can remember. Its power to heal and help people grow is massive. It offers a living symbolism through which to view life's trials and successes. And it doesn't promise outcomes. That is up to each of us. But it does help us tell the story of our life in a more deeply meaningful way. And that's all. Thank you so much.